Hey guys, RCKiddo71 here real quick with just an interesting OEM part modification to the SCX10. So this is my CRC Rubicon SCX10. This one is my father-in-law's Power Wagon SCX10. And they're basically the same chassis, same bodies, pretty much the same except for the bodies and a few other things. But one of the things that I noticed on his is that it comes with the battery mounted up front. One of the things that I noticed when I went trailing with RC Dabbler was that his battery was mounted up front. And I was going to buy this aftermarket part to change it, but when I saw this, I started kind of hunting through the parts bag, and I found out that it can actually be done with parts that are in the parts tree. Need AXA471, the 3x30 millimeter. This little bag comes inside the big parts bag. Okay, so what you're going to need is the part tree that looks like this, right? And on here is, you probably can't see that, but number 5, this piece right here. You're going to need that one. Okay, and then you're going to need 3 of these guys. These little spacers, and if you look at it, it's got like a domed or round top to it. I don't know if you can see that real well. The lighting that I have right at the moment is not very good. I apologize. Well, here, let's do this. See that? It's rounded. All right? All right, so take this battery tray off. You know what, guys? I gotta move this. Hang on. This is not working. So hopefully this lighting is a little bit better. What I was gonna say is that the next step is to take this battery plate off. So use your 2mm hex. Undo these. One thing to note, this rear screw is a little bit longer than the front one. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see that there actually. Alright, so that was the rear. I'm going to set that aside. Alright, then there's a screw here and a screw here, and those will need to come off.
Right? One there, one there.
Basically like that, and we'll set that aside. Alright, so now you just have this empty spot in the back where the battery tray was. Then I'm going to turn this around, and the radio box is held in by 2 screws right here. I'm going to remove those. Alright, so there's one. And I always try really hard to leave my screws laying on the bench in a organized fashion so that I can remember where they go back. Okay, so the next step is to get your 30mm screws. So what you need is 2 of them, okay? 2 of the 30mm. Okay, so take this plastic battery tray, put these through here, like so. Put the 30mm screws through, and then take your spacer and put it on here. Now note that this rounded part needs to be in the right direction. It needs to be able to go down into the holes on the radio box. So what we do, just plop it on like that. Okay, tighten this back down. This is really simple, guys. Alright, so you're going to get your battery tray, and you know, you can put it on either way that you want. I think it can either go this way, or if you want the Axial logo to be the other way, just drop it in like this. And just keep in mind that you have actually flipped the direction of it. You've brought it from back here up to the front. So when you go to put the rear screw in, you got to make sure that you have the right one. So you're going to take the spacer number 5. It's going to go right on top of this post right here that's up in the front, in front of your servo. Hopefully you can see that. It's going to go right on top of there, like so. And then take it, one of your, I'm going to use the 30mm screw, and don't over tighten this either, by the way. Oh, that was perfect. All right. Because of this ESC placement, I can't lower it really because of this little ledge. You probably can't see that, but there's a little ledge right here on the radio box. Maybe if I dremeled that off, I could drop this down a little bit, but you can see the battery tray is going to be at a little bit of an angle facing down, which is not exactly ideal, but it's going to work for now. Okay, guys. So as I was saying, I don't really particularly care for that angle, but there's not a whole lot I can really do about it. So then I'm going to take the one of these short screws, put it in here, and screw down the back end of the metal tray. Alright guys, so my battery tray's on there. It does slope down, as I said, which I'm not particularly excited about. However, it's going to work for what I'm doing right at the moment. Eventually, I'll move the ESC to the back over here. But this is I'm excited about this. I did this for all of maybe $2 or $3. I bought these on eBay. AXA471 is the part number. 3x30mm hex. Of course, the flathead, but it's like 10 of them for $3. So let's slap a battery on here real quick. Use one of my cheaper batteries here, but for the crawler, I just bought these 5,000 milliamp Onyx batteries. These things have been great. They're hard case. They're super cheap. They were like $45. Maybe that's not super cheap, but they were like 45 bucks. I ran this battery yesterday, 3.7 miles for like 4 hours. Crazy. So, and when I went on my trip with RC Dabbler, go look him up on Instagram and YouTube. But when I went with him, I ran 2 of these batteries, and I ran nonstop basically for 8 hours. 8 hours, guys. So, anyways, I was impressed because usually I'm running my speed cars, and you know, I get maybe 3 runs for 30 seconds each, and then my battery's toast, and that's a 6S usually that I'm running. So let's put this in, and we'll power it up. And so this is going to really change the center of gravity. It's also going to allow for when I'm crawling up some steep terrain or rocks, my back end is not going to be pulling the car down. It's actually going to put this extra weight up front and allow for the wheels to grip a little bit better. A lot better, actually. So, just like that, guys. I gotta work on wiring placement a little bit, but you get the idea. All right. For now, yeah. For now, that's gonna be good. Okay, I turned the battery around because I didn't want these cables, these wires, dragging up against the CVD drive. So I'm hoping that this is gonna help. I have black pins, but I don't know where they are right at the moment. So we're just gonna go try this out, see how this works. All right, guys. So yeah, that completely changed the weight of the car, and I'm hoping that works out. Of course, it's going to take me a little bit of time to work it out perfectly, but it's pretty good. All right, guys, so that's it. Literally, it took me maybe 10 minutes. The hardest part was trying to figure out how to set my battery in there, and I'm going to go give it a shot and see how she works. Okay, guys, just real quick here. The weather's kind of iffy outside, and I didn't feel like getting my truck dirty, so I set up this ramp in the workshop up against my tool chest, and I'm going to see how my car climbs this ramp with the new battery relocation I did. So it seems to do really well. The one thing that I still am going to need to do is put weighted bead locks on the front wheels. So I'll be ordering bead locks, but previously with the battery in the back, there's no way I could have climbed up this. So that's pretty cool, considering that all the parts were in the bag of extra parts to make that modification. So anyhow, thanks for watching, guys.